kind of like, what game was it? The Somnium Files. I'm pretty sure that's how they did it as well. They just keep jumping storylines. And also like 13 Sentinels, right? So, crime scene investigation. Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, Chief Inspector of the Metropolitan Police Department, First Investigative Division, is investigating the mysterious death of a fellow officer. He visits the scene of the incident, the former Yasuda Gardens, with his subordinate Jun Ero. Whatever. 11 p.m. Hey boss, forensics is all done. The crime scene is clean. The other officers have gone home. It's just us now. Wait, so you guys were there for like, wow. I mean, you could do your investigative shit all you want, right? And like, you guys are detectives and you know better than me. But like, it's just gonna be 3 hours, like sitting there for like 3 hours. Like, I think we see him at like 2 in the morning. Like, just sitting there for 3 hours. It's like you barely just got up to like the curse shit when we were talking to Shogo or whatever the fuck. Well, I guess we don't know what's the canonical line, right? Because I wish we could see the story chart without having to. Anyways, the park should be able to open up back up. Or the park should be able to open back up tomorrow, like nothing ever happened. I doubt it'll get many visitors after everything that's happened. You'd be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they'll be lining up to get in. Occult stuff is really popular right now. Did you not know that, boss? Sounds stupid. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science, but if ghosts really did exist, we could just ask them who the perp is. Somehow I doubt it'd be that simple. Oh, but you know, I've heard that high school girls are really into this spirit board things these days. Supposedly you can call in spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You could try it out yourself if you're so interested. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometime, boss. What, now? Stop messing around. You really think we're gonna solve this case by moving a coin around a scrap of paper? Sounds like you know all about it. We've got to be open-minded. What if that's how police work is gonna be from now on? Don't make me laugh. Due to the cult craze, divination has become popular among young boys and girls. All one needs is a coin and a piece of paper with letters and numbers written on it. Using these, all one has to do is ask a question of the... It's believed to be a tool that was adopted from Western spiritualism and modeled by Japanese occult enthusiasts. Though it is considered a form of divination, the ritualistic nature of its usage can cause self-hypnosis or auto-suggestion, leading to hallucinations or symptoms similar to spirit possession. Many schools banned these spirit boards after there were several cases of students sneaking into schools at night, in addition to stories of people having seizures when using these boards. Listen up, Hero. You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. ... I don't care if it was ghosts or the occult or what. Whoever or whatever it was did this. I'll get them, I promise you that. Well, you've got the right attitude, but we don't even know if this is a murder yet. Biases weaken our judgment, get too fixated on one thing, and you stop seeing everything else. Aye, aye, boss. So now that we've finished investigating the scene, let's review what we know. Now? It's getting late. I figured we'd head straight home from here. Come on, we've got to go over all the info we've gathered. And what better place to do that than here at the scene of the crime where we can soak up the atmosphere. Soak up the atmosphere? The hell is there to soak up? You must be really into this occult stuff if you get off on being in a place like this. Wait, you mean being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way. No, don't turn this around on me. I'm not the weird one here. Cripes? Fine, let's get this over with. Aye, aye, boss. Ah, okay. So wait, this is a different play. Obviously, this is where Shoujo and that other girl were at. So he died here then, not at the fucking other park. The former Yasuda Gardens here in Yokohama Ichome were originally built as a part of the Daimyo estate back in the Edo period. The park became city property in a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. There's not a soul around at the time of night. Quiet doesn't even begin to describe it. This pond, they say, it was used to flow into the Sumida River, but the rivers became so polluted that they cut it off. We'll think. I got a bad feeling about this case, and my gut is rarely wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. Alright. Jun Iro, a detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division. His rank is Sergeant. This is his first time leading a case. It's like he's graduated from rookie to newbie. He looks put together from the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the force could use more people like him. Let's ask about him first. But either way, I'm so glad you're back in the 1st Division, boss. I've always admired your work. You were like a god to me. You were the one reason I became a detective in the first place. Yeah, about that. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but yes, that's because it's true. I couldn't believe you got transferred out of the 1st just as I was assigned to it. So getting to work a case like this now, just the two of us, is a dream come true. Happy as I am to hear that. Well, how should I put this? What is it? If that's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about when you run your mouth like that. It's getting late. You must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss. I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. I've been wowed by your shrewd detective abilities all day today. Oh, really? Funny. I've been wowed by you as well. I wonder if we, you know, as the, not dude, but us, were a part of that case 20 years ago. I think the age would fit, right? Because we probably, I mean, I don't know how old Blood is, but I don't know how old Tetsu is, but he does have gray hair. Maybe Tetsu is in his 50s. You know, we would have been, you know, 30s. You know, say he was 40, he was in his 20s, maybe. You never know. I've been wowed by your shrewd detecting abilities all day today. Oh, really? Funny, I've been... Okay. See, like, sometimes they put the check and then sometimes they don't. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I think they should just put the check and then reopen it if you got something new to say. So early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found the victim collapsed here in the park and called the police when they realized he was dead. While there were no obvious external wounds, the fact that he was a police officer and the evidence of a struggle means it's likely that this was a murder. The Sumida office sent it over to us since it involved the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is figure out what happened and whether there was foul play involved. I think that about sums things up. About the case, but boss, yep. Is this case really important enough to assign to someone from the investigation division? I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but it's all up to the higher ups. I'm sure they've got their reasons. Boss, you know something, don't you? It'll all be clear or become clear in time. Try not to worry about it too much. ... Thinking about it. The only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, right? ... Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to, some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right? You're pretty sharp sometimes, you know that? What the fuck is happening behind me? It's probably just a leaf, but it looks like a fucking figure. If you picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. Well, it is our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious death, especially one involving an officer. The victim is Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division of the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau, 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. His rank was a senior police officer. You knew him well, didn't you? What was he like? Yes, we were in the academy together. We still went out for drinks together every month or two. He could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man always showed empathy, and I heard he was popular with the locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation. Sounds like we lost a good one. Yes, we did. We truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like that could happen, but it's never easy when it happens for real. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. Only problem was that he took on so much. He had the most unfinished paperwork too. I always felt we'd need an unusual guy like him to help us solve our unusual cases. Hajime Yoshimi was a police officer. Yeah, he held the rank. Yeah. Once a rebellious gang member himself, Yoshimi turned his life around and used his own experiences to connect with the troubled youth as a police officer. While his appearance and demeanor suggested a man who was rough around the edges, he was a passionate, loyal, and caring man at heart, looked up to as a big brother by his peers. Yoshimi achieved stellar results in his work with juvenile cases, but his consistently sloppy paperwork and less than formal attitude essentially doomed his career and had him writing formal apologies on the regular. He left behind a fiancée whom he had been dating since high school. We suspecting foul play? I mean, we don't know anyone that we haven't been introduced to any female that would fit the bill so far. ... I guess fiance doesn't necessarily have to mean woman, but this is also the 70s, so yeah. Don't worry, you're plenty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago. There was one even weirder than you. Mr. Cowboy. Yeehaw. Hajime was quite the bad boy in school. Apparently, he ended up with the police a lot. He said the officer in charge was good to him, helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Said it was the first time he ever took his studies seriously. That's a good story. Love that kind of thing. It makes me want to have a drink in his honor. Please don't make fun of my dead friend. Hey, I said in his honor, you should aspire to become the kind of cop people miss when they die in the field. You say that like it's a sure thing I'll die. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me the most, boss. Eh. Come on, don't be like that. You'll hurt morale. I guess how much I'll miss you depends on how this investigation goes. I can already see it. Iro, no! Why do you have to go and get yourself killed? The foreshadowing's crazy with this guy's death. I have no idea what's going on in that head of yours. Yeah, that'll be a sight to see. I can't wait. You can't wait for your own death? Get it together, kid. Geez, you really are something. Thank you? What about the victim's family? The Yoshimi family is from Kitasenju in the Adachi city, but Hajime's parents died a long time ago. He lived there all alone, no siblings or anything. I went to his house a few times for drinks. I was surprised it's this huge, old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of a place that seems super haunted. And he lived there alone? looked like the home of an old noble family. It was hard to imagine him being such a delinquent living in a house like that. There's that bias I was talking about. If he's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated. That's a bias too, right? He never talked about any of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know much about it. Oh, one more thing. Yep. Hajime was engaged. He'd been seeing his fiance ever since they were in high school, over 10 years. They just started talking about getting married. What was her name again? He showed me a picture once. She was a beautiful woman. That's so. How terrible for her. But she may know if there'd been anything going on with him lately. We should speak to her. Yeah, his fiance may have been his only confidant. I'm sure someone at the Sumida Police Department has already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. So, like, I don't think it's, what's her face. Like, if, like, I think it's just straight up someone we don't know, because Yuko was into this occult shit before, like, before that stuff. So, like, why would she need to revive someone that's already alive? So, not her. And she's kind of the only one that fits the bill right now. We haven't met that many more female characters, so. Who is this? I feel like we're definitely gonna remove his mask eventually. Yeah, I don't know. Are you Shogo? No clue. Hey boss. I looked into the case that Hajime was running. Oh great, that's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the day before, he had 2 cases involving juveniles. The first was the suicide of a high school girl who jumped off a building in Kamizawa last week. Yeah, I did hear about that. The girl's name was Michio Shiraishi. She was a second-year student at Komagata High School. But it seems as though Hajime had contact with her even before this incident. So she'd been troubled for some reason. That's the thing. About a month ago, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he struck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what. So, obviously the outright thing is it was the teacher. That's the fucking shotgun in the fucking air, but that's, I guess that's the obvious thing, right? Because I mean, the timeline makes sense, right? Like, the guy was super scared, or like he killed a girl, then he killed the cop, and then when he was talking to Cowboy Man, he was super frazzled and, you know, shit like that. So it could be him. Obviously, that's the, or it also could be someone that we don't know. It also could be a curse bearer or some shit like that. So must have been trouble at home. That's what he thought too. It seems that he visited her home and spoke to her parents, but they said there was no problem, so there was nothing else he could do. And now she's dead. That's possible he could have prevented her suicide then. He must have been devastated. And that's why he was looking into this Michio Shiraishi again. He must have thought that something terrible had happened and drove her to the end of her life. But ultimately, he never reported the findings of his investigation. I see, and you're thinking that it may have had something to do with his death. Well, we'll have to find out what it is Hajime discovered. Right, let's check with the Sumida Police Department about that tomorrow too. If you guys make it to fucking tomorrow, I think this whole game is just this one night, to be honest. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. And what was the other case he was working on? This one is also related to the Komagata High student. A troublemaker named Hitomi Okuda. She seems to be the leader of a group of kids who get up to no good. Juvenile delinquency. Fun. She was pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction of property, assault, and battery, you name it. Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months, and she was finally starting to open up. Then he met the girl the day he died. Okay, he met up with her the last night, or today, or whatever the fuck. Well, every school's got its problems. I'm sure he'd be worried about how she'd get on without him. Right, just when she'd finally found out an adult she could trust, she might act out without someone to help her get through this. We'll have to make sure the Sumida Community Safety Bureau does their job, but... We can't rule out the possibility that meeting with the delinquent girl had something to do with his death. Then we'll have to interview her as well. Yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Sumida to introduce us tomorrow. Though who knows if they'll actually let us talk with her. That's what we hired you for. Lay a little boyish charm on them if they need convincing. Yeah, I'm sure they prefer me over a scary looking old man like you, boss. Watch it, I'm still your superior. You ought to act like you respect me at least. Oh, I thought I was. You were? Shit. Is that just how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed. It's probably just me, actually. Well, don't think you can get away with that with other people. So, anyways, boss. Were you even listening? We've got quite a bit to look into tomorrow. First, the two Kamagata high school cases that Hajime was handling. And we need to speak with his fiance as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow. Body found at the gardens. Estimated time of death 2 days prior. Okay. Cause of death, acute heart failure. Cause unknown. He could be a curse bearer. Signs of struggle found at the scene. Effort to locate a witness underway. Body discovered by groundskeeper. Currently investigating the fiance of the deceased and 2 female students from Komagata. Yep. As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy's done. From what we've seen, though, it appeared to be some kind of acute heart failure. But since he had no record of chronic illness and had no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Dying in the middle of a park like that, it certainly seems suspicious. We found signs of a struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. We got people trying to identify those prints. If we can find who they belong to, we might be able to figure this whole thing out. Yes, wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? The only thing Hajime had on him were his badge and his wallet in his pocket. So we can rule out a mugging, though there probably aren't many people who think to try mugging a cop as big as him. I also heard that Hajime got into his fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly. Sounds like the perp would have been pretty strong to take on Hajime or have gone the jump on him. Time of death was around 11 p.m. 2 days ago, outside of the park. Operating hours, of course. His body was found early in the morning yesterday. 11 p.m. the day before yesterday. That was what was Hajime doing out here at the time in the first place? That's the question, isn't it? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but it's a small gate that'd be fairly easy for him to get through if you really wanted to. Probably something with his investigation, either with one of the high schoolers or just something. That would of course be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? Someone called him here. It's hard to imagine a cop like Hajime would trespass for no reason, and since it seems like someone else was here with him, could they have called him here? Well, that does seem likely. They must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night, so Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret. And then they got into a fight? No, that wouldn't match the cause of death. There were no wounds on the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. The perp must have planned something. Then you think it was meditated. That would mean they called Hajime to the park with the intent to kill him. Well, there's still the possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from there. We should be able to get a clear picture once we know exactly what killed him. Right. About Tsutsumi. On the topic of family, what's yours like, boss? What's wrong with you, prying into my personal life all of a sudden? It's just I never heard you talk about them or anything. Oh, are you single? Shut it, that's none of your business. Well, ever since I joined the force, I've been thinking, the department really pressures young officers to get married. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that, though. How should I know? I caved to pressure myself and got married 20-some years ago. Huh, so then. God, you're relentless. She took our daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't believe she'd give up a guy like you. I was never home much, too focused on work. I'd come home late only to get called right back out again. Plus, being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up with it all. How sad, especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Well, that's what I'm fucking saying, bro. Like, if you... Especially if you know they're a cop to start with, and then you get tired, fuck you. Honestly. Like you literally went... I guess you don't know what you're signing up for. Like, you think you can handle it. It's like, oh shit, you know? But it's like the same thing for like the fucking people in the service, you know? That's so fucked up. It's like, oh, I can't handle you not being here. Bitch, this is like you realize this, you know? It's fine if you guys it's just a fling, right? But literally, you got married and then had kids. So what the fuck? That's just my 2 cents, though. Or is that why you transferred out of the first? ... It was already too late by then. You better be careful, Iro? Still don't fucking know. You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? That's the nature of our job. There aren't many who can really understand it, not unless they're involved with police work themselves or related to someone who is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But wait, you have a daughter, boss? You really think I want to talk about her after all that? Have some sense. Come on, I promise I don't mean this the way it sounds, but how old is she? Jeez, you don't know when to quit, do you? At least try not to look so intrigued. She's a bit rough around the edges. I think most men are intimidated by her. Last I heard, she's living by herself and going to college. Maybe because everything's gonna end up being connected, so I wonder if it is what's-her-face, Yoko, or, you know. Well, college student, men love an education, lady. Stop that. What kind of cop are you, making baseless assumptions like that? I mean, she's living on her own, though. You must worry about her. Worry? I don't even know where she lives. Oh, she hasn't told you. Probably because she knows you'd follow her around everywhere. I would not. ... I don't think. Come on now. We both know that's not true. Listen here. You may look like a mean old man, but you sure have a soft side. What? Is this supposed to be a compliment? I can't keep up with you. We're done talking about this. Oh, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been right out around the Nejima murder. You know your history. Yeah, that happened a year or 2 after our wedding. No, I was for some reason I was like, you're dating what's-her-face, but no, she was in high school. 2, I mean, to be fair, this was like what, the 50s, so I'm not gonna throw that out, but you said she took the kids, and you said your kid is a fucking adult, and so it can't be the other bitch, because one, her kid's dead and the kid wasn't even that old, so you know your history. Yeah, that happened a year or 2 after our wedding. You're the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? We studied that case at the academy. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. All that was just ... Cracking the case, finding the guy, it was all just happenstance. I'd really rather not think about it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy? It did. We were all terrified. Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we had overlooked on one little thing, we may never have caught him at all. I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him in the end. That's right. We didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way such a meticulously planned crime could have been there first, but We may have struck Fumichika Najima in the cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. And all the damage he did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years, huh? God damn it. This is why I try not to think about it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So all this occult stuff, have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about? This rite of resurrection thing that everyone's talking about. No, not you two. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere. Oh, you have? That's surprising. Who cares about what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job. But don't you think the occult stuff with this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? Or more real? This whole thing started right here in Honjo in Sumida City, so I thought that maybe. Cut it out, nothing good can come of getting involved with this, with that rite of whatever, or that record of fates. Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult? Stop that. Seriously, this isn't a joke. I get why you'd be intrigued by something called the Rite of Resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but bringing the dead back to life, that's the stuff of fantasy. It's not real. So don't go hoping for miracles, got it? Oh, yeah, I guess like everyone we have met, like everyone that's been a curse bearer, obviously we don't know what this guy is, right? If we are, as the guy with the glasses, has had someone, obviously they have a reason to bring someone back, right? So, you know, man, maybe he is a curse bearer and doesn't tell us, you know? And we're done, no? What now? Are we done, or? Hello? What the fuck are we supposed to do? God? Nothing around. Both things are checked off. Hello? I don't know where the fuck to go. Okay. We haven't looked at the scene of the crime, dumbass. This is where the victim was found. It's clean now. It almost feels like nothing happened here at all. But once an incident like this has come to pass, there's no going back. I wish this had like a Danganronpa-esque like push button and then circles on every interactable thing, maybe. Not that knowing that is any consolation. Well, boss, I think that's about does it. Right, let's call it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Uh-huh. Oh god, what is that? Huh, boss, what's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile. Ooh, maybe it's just the thing that, Yuko saw. Damn it, it was that case all along. What does it say? The true lie. It is no rumor. Believe me. Boss, what is it? There's something over there? Ugh. Such deep sorrow, resentful memories flowing into my mind. Those who deceive with falsehoods and hung up forever in eternal darkness. Kill them. Kill them. Those who spread lies, kill them all. They have acquired the power of the curse on the evergreen beach. You use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Kills by hanging one who tries to mislead the curse bearer with false statements. He deceived us with his so-called rite of resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark arts. Swings from a rope. They thought the man had escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the Daimo's mansion that morning. The man, a local named Jinkichi, was known for his kind temperament and skill in crafting Natsuke clamps. While his life wasn't always easy, he was an optimist, the type to smile through whatever life threw at him. He was the kind of man who would take care of those who didn't have anyone else to rely on. The prosperity that the Yukio boom brought must have been what fanned the flames of his greed. The old craftsman was found in a miserable state as it sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he'd ended his own life unable to bear the weight of his crimes. But dead men tell no tales, and the people thought of him as a bad man even in death. He hung there for days till his neck stretched horrifically, a visage of pain still etched on his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died, his flesh marked with stark scars where the rope wrapped around his whole body. The beech tree leaves do not fall, and neither did the man's body hanging from it, as the mansion owner was not at home. Another unfortunate event. The people held their tongues, fearing divine punishment, but the rumors persisted nonetheless. Ah. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now, kill. Can you hear a curse bearer? You who strongly desires the right, kill them. So, but who are we trying to resurrect here? Boss. Boss, what's the matter? Don't tell me you really went senile. Sorry, I'm fine. Aereo. Yes, I have some bad news. Oh no, you're senility. Senility. I don't know. It's kicking in, isn't it? No, we've got a bit of trouble on our hands. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? Ah, shit. He did say it was this case again, so, like, obviously he knows something. When did you meet them? It was, like, after this, right? So, yeah, this is 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. You don't meet them till 3 a.m. Technically. I'm assuming the oranges, we can start that. Well. The Hunt for the Curse Bearers Part 1. Summary of the previous. Tsutsumi and Jun are sorting through the facts at the scene of Officer Hajime Yoshimi's mysterious death. Tsutsumi denies the existence of the rite of the resurrection until the curse cycle of the Evergreen Beach appears before them. So there's 7 curse bearers, possibly 15, right? Because, you know, they said, or what Yuko said is that there was 15, but 7 just sounded better, so they just, you know. But possibly there's 7 original ones, right? And then, like, the rest, she said, that were added with time. So, yeah. Okay, so let me get this straight, boss. The rite of resurrection really exists, and to use it, you have to kill people using the power of curses from the 7 mysteries of Honjo. Okay, so is he saying, because obviously everything's related to this shit, right? And we know, or it's inferred, or not inferred, but it's like foreshadowed that that bridge that they were on is the middle part between life and death, and a cowboy man suspects that the rite of resurrection will happen there. And he said, oh, it's this case again. Are we to assume that Nejima, the guy that was in jail for killing that high schooler, and we were to suspect he killed more people, was also trying to do the rite of passage, or was trying to do the rite of passage by killing those students, or I guess just anyone, to be fair, because technically it's just anyone. You don't really have to. It's not like, oh, you have to kill a student, you know. And to use it, you have to kill people using the power of curses from the 7 mysteries of Honjo. And the curse you have is from the story of the Evergreen Beach that's told in this area. Is that right? Yep, pretty much. You're quick on the uptake. Well, you weren't your usual silly self when you were explaining, so I knew you were telling the truth. I'm never silly. Thank you, brother. The only thing I have trouble believing is that you're taking this occult stuff seriously now. I mean, talk about paranormal. I thought you didn't believe in any of that. It's not that I don't believe in it. My familiarity with it is why I've tried not to get close to it. Are you just being a sore loser? Not used to admitting you were wrong? Oh, shut up and listen to me. No point in trying to hide things anymore. We won't get anywhere if you don't understand this, so listen up. Please, just listen. You don't have to keep saying it. You don't have to keep saying it. I'm listening. We don't have time to waste. We'll talk as we walk. Hey, wait for me, boss. Ah, shit. Real Goku Bridge. Oh, sorry, I just want to double check one thing. You're telling the truth, right? This isn't a side effect of your senility? It's the truth, not like I can prove it, though. Revealing the existence of a secret department is against the rules, even to a fellow cop. Ah, so they already know about this shit. But this is an emergency, I need his help, I'll tell him. He's not stupid, but he sure can be slow sometimes, though I think that positivity of his may come in handy at some point. Can't inspect anything here. I'm sure you already know this, but this is top secret, no sharing it with anyone. Right, you can trust me not to. But no, I just can't believe it. I'd heard rumors that you used to be a member of a secret division attached to the Security Bureau. I can't believe we actually have a department called Paranormal Affairs. Yeah, I'm sure it comes as a shock. I couldn't believe it myself. I thought the higher-ups were messing with me really hard. It really had me worried for a little while. Oh, this is incredible. That's the whole reason I became a cop. I was always fascinated by secret agencies and stuff. You serious? Well, thinking about it, it totally makes sense. If curses and spirits really do exist, then of course we need a special department to protect citizens from them. You seem a bit too eager to believe all this, and hang on, I thought you joined up because of me. Come on, boss, do you only have one favorite food? You can like more than one thing. Yeah, whatever. In any case, the official stance is that the supernatural doesn't exist, so Paranormal Affairs operates in secret. Still not sure why they stuck me there. In those 4 years I worked there, but cases involving the supernatural. Holy shit. I mean, it is a visual novel. And if I don't read it, then we're gonna miss out on key information. Although officially called the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department Security Division, Special Security Unit, Paranormal Affairs Bureau, it is more commonly referred to simply as Paranormal Affairs. Only a handful of people know of its existence, even within the police force. As the name suggests, it specializes in the investigation and resolution of cases involving paranormal phenomena. Since the existence of paranormal phenomena is not public knowledge, nor is it readily believed by the general population, the Bureau's activities are conducted in the utmost secrecy. Currently, there are only 5 members, including the chief. The Bureau has a network of psychic contacts across the country who assist with their cases, including Mio Kurosuzu. Was that, that name's familiar. Was she the teacher that was, not that killed the bitch, the teacher that was, like, giving lectures on the shit? I feel like that might be the bitch. The Bureau undertakes investigations into any suspicion and stories that cross their desk, although the vast majority turn out to be hoaxes due to the sheer volume of cases. Close-lipped, experienced detectives without paranormal abilities of their own, such as Tetsuo Tsutsumi, are sometimes assigned to investigate. Tetsuo. Who the fuck is Tetsuo again? Ah, us, dumbass. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the psychics deal with most of the cases, but sometimes us without paranormal abilities, we go and fucking deal with it. The current chief of paranormal affairs is a man named Kuryu Nakagoshi. He's born to a family of psychics who have been involved in keeping the world safe from paranormal phenomena for generations. So we fucking Phoenix right in this bitch? And has served as Mio Kurosuzu's mentor since discovering her. Kuryu is an elusive figure, very few have met him in person, and he is rarely seen in the office. It is said that this is because he has often been the target of curses. Wait. No. Okay, never mind. Kuru is not actually of flesh and blood at all. Sorry. It's said that this is because he has often been the target of curses. However, some theorize that it is in fact because Kuryu is not actually of flesh and blood at all. His seat in his office is usually occupied by a new legendary creature found in Japan folklore. The new resembles an ordinary white thrush and acts as Kuryu's messenger, leading to bizarre scenes of police officers earnestly reporting their findings to a bird. The term Nakagoshi case serves as a codename used to refer to the cases under investigation by Paranormal Affairs. He's also surprisingly knowledgeable about current trends, a trait he puts down to investigation-related research, but which is actually spurred by his wish to have something to discuss with his daughter. Ah, my guy. You big softy. So do you know... Also, do you have it? Have what? Spirit sense, of course. Are you what they call a spiritually gifted? Nope, I've never felt anything at all. Even if I did, I'd be a lightweight at best. One beer and I'm down for the count. Oh, huh. Is that how people in the field quantify someone's spirit sense? Like how much liquor they can handle? Nope, that's just me, though it helped to get to the point across. Yeah, so What's-Her-Face is his daughter, right? Like, this isn't just like a fucking coincidence. Like that Yoko is What's-His-Face's daughter. It makes sense, right? The ages line up. Yeah. Oh, Sorry, it seems like I keep disappointing you. No, it's not your fault, boss. At the risk of disappointing you yet again, I'll tell you one more thing. Spirit sense is usually something you're born with. It's tough to develop it later on. What? So there's no hope for me? No, say it isn't so. Of course you were interested. Well, you never know. You may have some hidden potential. I know there's a high schooler who's got so much spirit sense that she works on the front lines. I say work, but she wasn't paid because it was supposedly part of her training. Yikes, that seems like it'd be in violation of Article 69 of the Labor Standards Act. Oh, you really know the law, ... no comment. Even the occult field has workers' rights issues, huh? So what do we do now? We got the right of resurrection and the curse echoes of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. The curse is being spread out around the city is a bit of an emergency. It's that bad? I'll put it this way, it's like handing out guns all over town. Jeez, that's real bad. It is, so we need to find the source and put it to put a stop to it before something terrible happens. Usually that'd be a job for Paranormal Affairs, but I talked to them on our way here. The main team is tied up till tomorrow night. But they told me to deal with it myself, said it'd be fine since I have some experience. Huh, what? Then that overtime you mentioned means, yep, you're gonna help me, partner. Alright, let's do it. You seem a bit too eager to dive into all this. You really have no reservations working a case you know nothing about. You said this was an emergency. I didn't think we'd had a choice. I'm just trying to be logical about this, boss. You really are something. It might actually be nice having you around. Why, thank you. Yeah. So what exactly do we do? If these curses are connected to the 7 mysteries, then the people who have the others should all be here in town. Apologies, I was turning on the air conditioning, so if you hear like some like high pitch, not even high pitch, it's actually kind of, when there's no audio, you'll recognize it more if the air conditioner's going on. But yeah, there's nothing I could. This room, it gets insanely fucking hot during the fucking day. But yeah, okay. Anyways, right, if there's 7 of them, that means there are 6 more out there. And we have to stop. Do we know the 6? So, or 7. So you, the guy that's normally here, main Shogo, guy in the darkness. Okay, wait. You, the wife that's missing her child, the guy that's normally here, Shogo, the fucking dude in all black, or the guy with the darkness, and the girl, the high schooler. That's all the 6 that we know. We don't know the 7th. Because we killed 5 people. No, but that's not 5 curse bearers. Right. Yeah, never mind. So yeah, we know we're missing 1. We don't know who 1 curse bearer is. If we can, we should find and collect all the curse stones. Well, boss, from what you said earlier, killing a curse bearer gets you closer to completing the rite of resurrection. Won't your life be in danger if they find out you're a curse bearer? Pretty much. We can't let that happen. Should you even be out here right now? Hiding would only be a waste of time. The mystery of the one-sided reed is associated with the Ryogoku Bridge. I was hoping we'd be quick enough to run into the one-sided reed curse bearer. No such luck, it seems. Well, if nothing else, maybe word will spread that the cops are on the lookout and people will behave. That's putting a lot of trust in whoever these other people are. I'm assuming the 7th bearer is the guy that's like actually killing Shogo, right? And like that killed Yuko. Or Yoko or whatever. But it's possible that the other curse bearers with the same idea will come here. Talk to anyone you see who seems suspicious. Ugh. That means someone who may have the power of a curse. Understood. Understood in that case. Uh-oh. Why don't I ask that guy who's been watching us this whole time? What do you know? There is someone there. Good luck. Hey, you there. Sorry to bother you, but I've got some questions. I'm with the police. It's this fuck. Thanks for your cooperation. We'll be asking you a few things, Mr. Utaro Namigaki. That's your name, correct? Yes, I don't mind answering your questions. You're a detective. Did something happen? Oh, right. Lots of things have been happening around here. Like people dying. So what to make of this guy? This sort of normal case would be fine letting him take the reins, but curses are involved here. I should take over. Boss, let's talk to this guy. Okay. The man identifies as Yutaro Namigaki, a 21-year-old college student. He was watching us so calmly. We need to be careful with this guy. So what is it you were doing here? Must be the incident at the former Yasuda Gardens. The dead policeman? Can't imagine a detective would come all the way out here otherwise. Huh? Say, Mr. Detective. Have you ever heard of the Evergreen Beach? Answer my question. How about you answer my question first? What were you doing here? I was answering your question. I came here to look for the Evergreen Beach from the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. We'll just do this real quick. Yep. Actually, I was wondering if either of you knew anything about it. I don't know, not here. Nope, sorry. Really? How strange. Detectives, you have the curse stone on the Evergreen Beach, don't you? You, how did you know? Ariel, you idiot. Aha, well, that was much easier than I expected. Oh shit, sorry. It was simple inference. I figured you would have taken the curse if you were just in the gardens. If you know that, then you must be a curse bearer yourself. I have no intention of hiding anything. I plan to tell you from the start. Look. This is my curse stone. I believe it's called the Foot Washing Mansion. That's right, but are you sure about this? I'm not so rash. I'd kill someone as soon as I found out they were a curse bearer, not without talking to them first. You're the same, aren't you, detectives? You wouldn't use a curse on a normal person. Let's speak as equals, shall we? Ah, you're not. You motherfucker. You lying bitch. Boss? Sure, we'd rather resolve this amicably, too. He really is a curse bearer. He may only be talking with us to try to activate his curse. I'll have to be wary of anything he asks me to do. I could tackle him and pin him to the ground, but that might have something to do with his curse. Any slip of the tongue could get us killed. I have to try and discern what activities is curse. So what do I do? Though you're a curse bearer, so please be careful. Fortunately, I don't think he knows which one of us is the curse bearer yet. If we play things right, we should be okay. Before we talk, there's something I need to tell you. This is my... Well, you gave up our fucking... You know, our shit. This is my curse stone, the Evergreen Beach, just like you thought. What? What, boss? Why would you tell him? As for how this curse works... Boss, are you having another senior moment? If you tell him that... It hangs to death anyone who would try to mislead me. Aha. So if you try to lie to me, the curse stone will let me know. I don't have to use it to tell you. I don't have to use it to tell you, understand? Whoa, really? That's super useful. I see. Understood. It's a pretty useful power for a detective. Now then, let's talk. Damn it seems I've lost the upper hand. No point for petty tricks, then I'll be honest with you. Oh, you're lying. So far, so good. That's what I mean, bro. Like, before, I would just, like, move on, and then, like, they would fucking use the curse. So, like, was it Shogo that's killing him, or was it someone else's curse? Shit, I don't know. Yeah. Someone I want to bring back, so I'd like your assistance in collecting soul drugs. Can't help you. Please, all you have to do is tell me who the other curse bearers are. I don't know how that's a lie. Sorry, but as a police officer, I can't just look the other way and let you go. Please, if you help me, I'll let you two go as well. Is that a threat? No. But that's the truth. Why is it? I curse the Foot Washing Mansion. Did you really think you could escape it just by being careful? It didn't matter to me which of you was the curse bearer. I'll be taking both of your soul drags anyways. Wait, Namigaki. The Foot Washing Mansion is a powerful curse and so simple to activate. It is ready whenever I need it. There's no escape from it. The voice of my feet. Ariel, get out of here. Hurry, I'll find you later. What? Oh, okay. Too late. Hear the voice of my curse echo. The voice of the curse echo. What? Why isn't my curse echo working? Impossible. This has never happened. What's happening? I don't hear anything. Ariel, now, grab him. Right. Got your ass, bitch. Amigaki, get down. Ah, damn it. Boss, here, his curse stone. Good work, give it to me. Good shit. Damn it, why? What do you think, boss? Should we lock him up? I haven't even touched you. You can't consider that assault of a police officer. Let him go. All we need is the stone. Oh, how could this happen? My right of resurrection. Give it up. The right was too good to be true from the start. I don't know what happened to you, but you'd be better off mourning whoever you lost the right. Now get out of here. Damn it. But the girl wasn't with him, so I don't know who the girl was. Phew, that was a close one, huh, boss? We'd probably be dead if he had activated his curse. Yeah, I'm not sure what, but something stopped his curse from. Ugh. Boss, are you okay? Does having another curse stone hurt? Yeah, the curse from this one is flowing into me too. Oh no. I saw what activates the curse of the foot washing mansion, and the resentful memory is bound to it. I see. I always thought this one was one of the stranger of the seven mysteries. Now I know why. This sure is something. What did you see? Let's save that for later. All you need to know for now is that it's a particularly powerful curse. We're lucky we took it from him quickly. Phew. Kills by crushing one who hears the command wash. She was an accomplished Honjo. Alas, she did not use her talents for the good of the world or the people, but for her own selfish pursuits of beauty. After a fierce battle, the woman dragged herself through the streets. It was like something had gnawed away at her body. Will I die? I've already obtained what I needed as long as I have this. Suddenly, a terrible realization dawned on her. Her legs wouldn't move. She fell to the ground. What was happening? Surprised, she looked down. Her foot, once so beautiful and delicate, had grown ulcerated and rotten. He got her. She was on the verge of death and covered in filth to boot. Crawling to a nearby house, her breath caught in her throat. The curious residents opened up, but recoiled from what they saw. My foot is so filthy. Someone please quickly. The woman expired while mumbling something unintelligible, and so ended the life of a woman consumed by evil. I'm pretty sure you can hear the fucking air conditioner. I don't think the music's that fucking loud. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh. Well, that makes one stone. Where do we go now? We'll visit all the places associated with the mysteries while it's still dark out. You mean we have to do that all over again? I hope they aren't all aggressive as him, but people will do crazy things to bring back someone they love. It seems that the hatred the cursed stones are imbued with makes people more willing to kill. Really? Then what about you, boss? I'm fine. I may not have any spirit sense, but I'm tough when it comes to this stuff. That's why they loved me in Paranormal Affairs. So you are spiritually gifted after all. Alright, let's head to the next place.